Story 1. Someone was standing behind my door. I live alone in a small rented house in Ohio. One night around 2:17 a.m., I heard 3 soft knocks on my bedroom door. That wasn't strange at first until I remembered I don't have anyone living with me. I stayed silent, staring at the door. Then I heard breathing. Slow. Deep. Right on the other side. I grabbed my phone and texted my landlord, but before he replied, the doorknob slowly turned. Not violently, not forced, like whoever was there already knew the door was unlocked. I screamed and reminded myself, I always lock my bedroom door. In the morning, the police found muddy footprints inside my house. They stopped right in front of my bed. To this day, I don't know how long he stood there, watching me pretend to sleep. If this scared you, subscribe. The man who followed my car. I was driving alone through rural Pennsylvania at night. No radio, no signal, just trees. At 11:43 p.m., a car appeared behind me. High beams on. Whenever I slowed down, it slowed down. Whenever I sped up, it stayed right there. After 20 minutes, I turned onto a random dirt road. So did he. That's when my phone buzzed. A text from an unknown number. Don't stop driving. I called 911 immediately. The dispatcher told me something that froze my blood. That car behind you was reported earlier tonight. The driver stops people and never lets them leave. When I finally reached a gas station, the car disappeared. Later, police told me the license plate didn't exist. I still don't drive at night anymore. Comment if you've ever felt followed. 3. My neighbor knew my name. I moved into a cheap apartment in New Jersey. Quiet place, old building. My neighbor across the hall never spoke, never made noise. Just stood near his door sometimes, staring. One evening, I dropped my keys. He bent down, handed them to me, and whispered my name. I had never told him my name. I laughed nervously and asked how he knew it. He smiled and said, I hear you talking in your sleep. That night, I placed a camera in my room. At 3:08 a.m., the footage showed my bedroom door opening slowly. Then a face leaned into the room. The next morning, my neighbor's apartment was empty. Police said no one had lived there for months, but my door still unlocks itself sometimes. Subscribe for true-style horror stories. 4. Someone was sitting in my back seat. I was driving home from work around 1:30 a.m. The roads were empty, no music, just darkness. Halfway home, I heard something shift behind me, like someone adjusting their weight. I checked the rearview mirror. Nothing. Then I heard breathing, right behind my head. I slammed the brakes and jumped out of the car. The back seat was empty, but the seatbelt was buckled. I never buckle my back seat belts. The next day, I checked my dash cam. At one point in the drive, something sat up in the back seat. If this scared you, subscribe for more real horror. Story 5. I wasn't talking to my friend. My friend called me at 12:04 a.m. We talked for almost 10 minutes, but something felt off. He kept repeating my name, slowly. Then the call ended. A few seconds later, I got a message from him. Why are you calling me? I told him he called me. He sent a screenshot. At the exact time we talked, his phone was turned off. I checked my call log. The number that called me was his, but one digit was different. That number called me again at 3:11 a.m. I didn't answer. Comment if you've had a creepy phone experience. Story 6. The door was already open. I always lock my apartment door, every night, no exceptions. One evening, I came home late. The door was slightly open. Nothing looked stolen, nothing broken, but the smell was wrong, like someone had been breathing inside for hours. I checked my bedroom. My pillows were warm. The police said no forced entry. Before leaving, an officer asked me, "Do you live alone?" I said yes. He paused and replied, "Then who's been sleeping on your couch?" I moved out the next day. Subscribe if you want true-style horror stories.